I have to come with it all. I have to do more. Obviously, just to secure the win is doing just enough to get a draw.
Outside, and I just want to help, like I said, the fighters that's up and coming.
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly helping Lamont Roach prepare for his rematch with Gervonta Davis. With Mayweather's world-class defensive skills and strategic mindset, Roach is leveling up his technique, footwork, and ring IQ. This training could give him the edge he needs to come out on top in their upcoming clash. Roach's recent training footage looks impressive. His speed, footwork, and technique are all dialed in. Every punch is sharp, and his movement is smooth and controlled. He's clearly more focused and determined than ever, showing no signs of letting up as the rematch approaches. Lamont Roach is fully committed this time, saying he's pushing even harder to make sure he gets the win. The controversy from their first fight is fueling his motivation. He knows he has to go above and beyond in training to clearly prove he's the better fighter when they step into the ring again.
I have to come with it all. I have to do more. Obviously, just to secure the win is doing just enough to get a draw. So I have to push harder. I have to train harder. I have to be more mean. I have to be more physical. I have to do a lot. I have to do everything just a little more. And I think that will definitely put me over the hump. And I'm more than motivated to get back in there, get back in the camp, and work hard so I can secure a victory over a pound for pound fighter, in which I believe that I am myself.
Floyd Mayweather has long been known for guiding rising boxing talent. He played a major role in Gervonta Davis's early career, offering mentorship and strategic advice. But now that Davis has moved on from Mayweather Promotions, Floyd is shifting his focus to other fighters, Roach included. This new dynamic adds even more intrigue to the upcoming rematch between Roach and Davis.
Do you will come back to boxing?
Oh no. I'm not coming back to the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing was good to me. I was able to make a lot of smart investments on the outside, and I just want to help. Like I said, the fighters that's up and coming. Like I was talking about, like Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't understand why he's not in the top 10 pound for pound. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Benavidez. The list goes on. There's so many tough fighters out there. So many great young champions out there that I'm proud of.
Mayweather has often highlighted the key role he played in shaping Gervonta Davis's career, but those comments haven't always sat well with Davis. Wanting to build his own legacy, Davis has grown increasingly frustrated with Mayweather taking credit for his rise. Their relationship has been tense at times, adding yet another layer of drama to the ongoing rivalry surrounding the Davis versus Roach rematch.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team, because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
This isn't the first time Floyd Mayweather has helped a fighter prepare to face Gervonta Davis. In the past, he worked with Frank Martin, sharing his knowledge to help him get ready for a bout against Tank. With Floyd's deep understanding of Davis's style, his involvement in Roach's camp could give Roach a serious edge in the upcoming rematch.
Young fighters, he loves to embrace guys. So what was being around talking to Floyd? Like, what has Floyd taught you about fighting? And has it made you a better fighter? Because he could tell me all day to do that shit he does. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. You know, go do it when, cause 9 times out of 10, we know your opponent sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge, you know, like, cause you know you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running. That's a lot of the times your opponent sleep. You know, it could be little things that'll take you to the next level. You know, that Floyd, a person like Floyd, like if he tell you that, you gonna take a lot of heave to it and it's gonna give you a different type of motivation when you doing it. He could show you something. You know, and it could be the same thing. You know, you might not be able to do it like him, but just it coming from him, it'll give you like a different type of like feel about yourself.
Hold up, limitless, biggest stomach cap pinning it. I thought they hear the.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Floyd Mayweather has always emphasized a smart, calculated approach to boxing, focusing on defense and technical precision. This philosophy seems to align well with Lamont Roach's developing skill set. Roach's recent improvements suggest he may be blending some of Mayweather's methods into his own strategy. However, not everyone agrees with Floyd's training style. Some critics say his fighters can become too dependent on technique and defense, lacking the endurance and toughness needed in the later rounds. Mayweather's belief that short training camps are enough has also raised eyebrows, with others arguing that long-term conditioning is key to winning at the highest level.
You train 6 weeks before the fight, and Floyd Mayweather messed these boxers up thinking that they can only train 6 weeks before the fight and then they'll be good. Y'all remember when Floyd said that? Give me 6 weeks, I'll beat him. And all these fighters adapted to that. Give me 6 weeks, I'll beat him. Only one that haven't adapted to it, I have to give them props where props is due, is Terrence Crawford.
To boost his preparation for the rematch with Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach has shown interest in sparring with Jaron "Boots" Ennis. Roach sees similarities between Ennis's and Davis's fighting styles, especially when it comes to speed and explosiveness. He believes training with Ennis could sharpen his reflexes and help him better handle what Tank brings to the ring. This move could play a key role in Roach's strategy going into the fight.
Is it true? You did want to see him get some work with Boots? I saw in the interview. Yeah, I'm gonna call Boots. You gonna call him? I'm gonna call him. What? They say they what? They say that. Shit, that's right up the road. That's right up the road. Obviously, Tank doing. Obviously, Tank cracking. Boots cracking. Why not?
Roach is confident that he's being underestimated by many. He's determined to prove the doubters wrong on fight night and pull off an upset that will shock Gervonta Davis's supporters. Believing fully in his skills and the work he's put in, Roach is more focused than ever on leaving the ring with a victory.
But came to fight, was a very competitive fight, good fight. Yeah, you wore him down, I remember very well, wore him down, took control, looked very impressive. And the rumor is, not the rumor, the facts is, you have a fight coming up in a few weeks versus Gervonta "Tank" Davis.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I want everybody to know that it's gonna be an upset.
Roach has been open about his training and growth as a fighter, saying he's got all the tools needed to win. He's focused on improving his power, building endurance, and sharpening his defense, making sure every part of his game is solid. According to Roach, he's entering the ring as a complete and well-rounded fighter, ready for anything.
30 people, knocked out, 28 of them, right? What makes you different?
He probably can answer that question. He probably can answer that question. But it's the skill, the will. I got the whole package, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not sitting there waiting to get hit by nobody, especially somebody that's supposed to be a power puncher. That's evidently a power puncher. I got too much. I got too much for me to go out like that. I'm not saying he don't, But I can't, like, if anything, I'm trying to flip it around. I'm trying to make it flip the narrative. Like, I'm the one in there.
Jeff Mayweather, after reviewing the first fight, shared his view that Roach threw and landed more punches than Gervonta Davis. As someone who's long supported Tank, Jeff was surprised to see Davis struggle and not perform up to his usual standards. He admitted that based on what he saw, Roach might have done enough to earn the win.
I think that's the worst decision I think I might have ever seen. I don't know how that's not a knockdown. But anyway, thoughts on the overall fight first, Jeff?
I think that it was a good fight on both sides, and I do think that Roach actually won the fight. I thought he outworked Tank. Thought that he threw more punches than Tank. It seemed like Tank was fighting like he always do. It just seemed like he was just waiting for him to figure out whoever was in front of him like he always do and then go to work. But this time when he went to work, the guy went to work back. So, I mean, he had somebody that was firing back at him the same way.
Yeah. I think the commentators and most of us at home thought, kind of the same thing. You thought Roach would bank some of those early rounds to prepare for the onslaught later. And when it didn't really happen, it was pretty even. We said, well, this is going to be a one-sided fight. But yeah, it never happened. And Roach, through the latter half of the fight, actually seemed to do better than the first half.
I thought he did good pretty much all the way through the fight. I mean, there was a few rounds where he didn't do that well, but I mean, I thought he won the fight clearly. I mean, I didn't see Gervonta really the Gervonta that I know. I mean, I'm a big Gervonta fan, but I didn't see none of the Gervonta that I'm used to seeing.
Why do you think that is? Roach was pretty lightly valued coming into the fight, moving up a weight class. It's not somebody that they expected to give him a huge challenge. What do you think it was that Roach presented to Tank that made it so difficult for him?
The one thing is that he fought at the right distance, and he let his hands go, and that's the most important part. Is that's how you win a fight, by letting your hands go. I mean, Gervonta was sitting back, waiting like he normally does, and then all of a sudden he finishes him. He always finishes opponents, but this time it didn't happen.
Boxing fan Sauce Waka has been outspoken about his view that Roach outshined Davis in their first fight. He believes Roach's smarter strategy and better execution clearly deserved a win. According to him, anyone who really knows boxing can tell that Davis was outmatched that night, no matter what the official decision said.
Do you think that they should have counted that point against him? Do you think Lamont Roach won, or do you think it wasn't enough?
It could be considered a rightful draw, but I also lean towards that Lamont Roach won that fight. I believe he won the fight simply because he outclassed the champ. In boxing, you have to do two things to beat the champ. You either got to knock out the champ or completely outclass the champ. But you have to beat the champ. You're not going to just get the win because you survived or you put up a good fight. Bro lost that fight.
Facts.
Like, when you really, really know boxing and know boxing for what it really, really is, Tank lost that fight. No matter how much people, emotions and feelings are attached to it, because Tank is a hero of the hood. The ghetto loved the Tank. Gervonta Davis has been crowned king. My personal opinion, I don't think he should take the rematch, and I think he's already done what you just said. I think off of what he's already accomplished with the draw, he's already in a life-changing situation to where he could change every person around his life forever. He's now what's called a prize fighter, guaranteed. He's now what's also called a A-side fighter right now. But if he does what I like to call the Deontay Wilder and chase the legacy of getting the win, because you thinking from more of 100% on the boxing aspect than the business aspect, which Gervonta Davis has clearly showed everybody, the larger amount of his success is from the business module of the way he does boxing that was being gifted to him through Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions and PBC. But at the end of the day, so what? That's what he's supposed to do. I'm not mad at Gervonta Davis.
Popular boxing commentator Showbiz The Adult highlighted a strange moment during the fight, wondering why Davis went straight to his corner after being knocked down. He stressed that a fighter of Davis's skill shouldn't respond like that, hinting that the knockdown might have shaken him more than he showed.
Y'all explain to me how the hell that wasn't a knockdown. That was a knockdown, period. He took a knee for the break. That's a knockdown. You can't pump fake a knockdown. Everybody would be pump faking knockdowns. Y'all gonna be like, Tank was smart for that. You can't take a knee, pump fake a knockdown, and then walk to your corner in the middle of the round and scream for a towel, and they wipe you down, and there's gonna be y'all saying some disgusting shit. Y'all gonna be like, yeah, Tank can do what he wants, because Tank, yo, hey, listen, we ain't got that kind of time, dog. You can't do that, bro. If any part of your body other than your feet touch the canvas following a landed shot is a knockdown. Who is fixing the fights now? Oh, shit.
If Devin your God, y'all gotta pay me now. I gotta get the knockout. If not, y'all gonna give it to him.
Who is fixing the fights now?
Tank's team is confident their original game plan was spot on. According to his coach, they're not making major changes to their training, but focusing on fine-tuning their execution. They believe the strategy was solid from the beginning, and now they're making sure Tank is fully ready to deliver on fight night.
Shit, I mean, is he a boxer? Do we even need Tank to be 100% to beat Jake Paul?
I mean, I would say be 100% because of his size. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that does.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
And Jake Paul is getting better with time. You know, compared to when he first started. He definitely he learned it. A lot of guys ain't had no amateur fights. They turned pro and they learned on the job, and that's exactly what Jake doing. You know, especially in the heavyweight division.
Do you think Jake Paul has enough size and power to stop Tank?
The first fight between Roach and Davis was one of the toughest challenges Tank has ever faced. He hadn't dealt with that kind of pressure before, and Roach really tested him. The upcoming rematch will show if Davis can make the right changes, or if Roach's style will keep giving him trouble.
And most notably, I'll just speak about a fight that, we just had with Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. My message to Tank after that fight, it was given a draw. A lot of controversy around Tank taking a knee due to hair band in his face or his eyes, so forth and so on, and burning his eyes. And, in my opinion, it was a competitive fight. The judges judged it as a draw. A lot of people were saying it was rigged, all these different things, so forth and so on. Whatever it may be. The fight is over.
Roach has said that not every fighter could pull off the strategy he used against Davis. He believes his unique skills, patience, and control over the fight's tempo made him so effective against Tank. Roach insists that his game plan is something only he can successfully carry out.
Lamont, you've now shown the world the formula to how to beat Tank Davis.
Maybe not. I mean, I'm me. I don't think a lot of guys possess the same skills that I have. If they go in there and try to fight like me, they might not succeed.
Tank's trainer Kenny Ellis isn't sold on the idea that Roach's hard training alone will guarantee a win. While he respects Roach's dedication, Ellis believes real toughness comes from a fighter's heart and their ability to take punishment during the fight. Training hard is important, but surviving the battle in the ring is a whole different challenge.
So, without the knee, you have it 7-5 Tank winning it. How does Tank feel after the loss? I mean, the draw.
I mean,
it seemed like he seemed like he took it well when he had the mic.
I went to the after press with Tank. I mean, we didn't discuss it. I ain't talked to him yet.
Okay. Looking at all the fighters talk about the knee, does that surprise you?
Well, you got haters with everything he do. You just got Tank haters. But fighters been taking knees through the history of boxing. So people want to talk.
So you believe that this was an honest mistake when it came down to Tank taking that knee, or do you feel like this is something that happens in boxing?
It wasn't illegal, so I ain't gonna say it was a mistake.
That's why I asked you that's the exact way. Like, do you feel like it was a mistake, or do you feel like no, this is a veteran move? This is stuff that happens in boxing.
It happens in boxing. It happens in boxing. It wasn't illegal.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.